This old guy DIY video will go over how to fix the biggest problem that I have with these $30 Wyze cams. So if you've seen the other video, I've been using these to monitor mice inside the basement. I then added one to the porch so I can watch delivery drivers, stray cats, things like that. And the biggest problem is that for whatever reason when Wyze programmed these, they made it so that it records clips only 1 minute at a time. Which is probably fine if you're just looking at motion events. But what I'm using this for is to, look in the basement or look outside, and I want to quickly go through 12 hours of footage and pick out one unique mouse or, one leaf flipping over, something like that. And it's almost impossible to do it efficiently the way Wyze has it set up. However, I found on the internet someone much smarter than me who was able to do some programming. I don't understand how it works, but he gave such a good example that I think I can talk you through how to do it, and then it'll allow you to combine all of your clips from a 24-hour period into one video, and then you can just keep clicking the next 30 seconds, next 30 seconds, and watch your video that way. Alright, so looking at the file folder here, this is what you would pull off of your Wyze camera. So in here, in this case, there were 20 hours of this day, and once you click into the folder, labeled 00, notice how long it's taking, and we have 59 different videos. So each one of these is a minute long. And what you would have to do normally to view them is open one, watch a minute, open the second, watch another minute. But what I'm going to do is teach you how to combine them all so you can look at all of them at once. For example's sake, just so you can see what a pain in the butt it is with the Wyze standard method, you'd have to come through here, scroll through, and then boom, 1 minute's done. On to the next one, and the next one, so on and so forth. And for me, when I'm looking to see if there's a mouse in here, the mice are small enough and the angle is such that the camera doesn't always detect them. So what I want to do is quickly come through and spam this 30-second skip forward button, and then when I see a mouse, I write down the timestamp, take my notes, and go on from there. And then these files down here actually all relate to the method that we're going to use, but just to show you what our end result is, once we run the macro through here, we have one file that has 19 hours, almost 20 hours worth of footage, and in this case we got lucky, the mouse was the first one, but I want to keep clicking through here until I'm able to find the next basically motion that I'm looking for. Because in this case, a lot of the times the mice aren't picked up, or maybe they are picked up, but I want to see exactly where the mouse is coming from. So I just come in here and I'm going to spam click through here. And by doing this, skipping 30 seconds each way, I'll be able to see any motion that does happen that maybe the camera missed, or be able to get more detail, things like that. And basically none of this would be possible if it weren't for this little method that I'm going to show, because just doing it clip by clip it's like the worst thing ever. And there should be a mouse coming up. So here we go. I would see that the mouse was there. I could now backspace 10 seconds at a time, and I can see that this little guy came from this corner over here. So part of what I'm doing is in this project is trying to identify where they're coming from. So he actually popped out of the pipe up along here, and I can use this to see him, see how long he's here, 30-second intervals. In this case he's eating peanut butter. He does not get trapped, and then I could keep clicking through and see the next time that he comes through. Alright, so now we finally get to the good part, which is how does this actually work. So first thing we're going to do is open a notepad document, and then there will be a text to paste in here. Again, I don't really understand how all this stuff works, but we're basically going to be making a .bat executable file. Someone figured out how to do all this coding. I don't worry about it. So I'll give you this in the description, and also the link to the page where the guy posted this on a forum. And we're just going to save this as, in my case I'm going into this Wyze test, and we're going to do concatenate.bat, and then change this to ANSI. For some reason these things matter, and then hit save, and we can close this. So now we'll have a BAT file, which is a batch file, And then the other part of the equation that we need is to download this FFmpeg or MPEG. This is another coding related thing. It's just going to give us another executable file for whatever reason we need this. So you'll come here and you'll either find, go to Windows and find what you need, or click the download source code. Once that has downloaded, you'll need to extract it, which everyone should know how to do with WinRAR or something. But you'll come in here and you'll come into this bin file and you need this ffmpeg.exe, and then we will paste this in here. And now that we have both the ffmpeg and the concatenate, we can click on the concatenate and it'll begin doing its thing. And then this is what pops up. So it starts by taking all of these unique files and then naming them into a combined one in a text file as well. This is going to take some time to do, and then it's also going to do like all this audio formatting and stuff. Usually if I'm doing a full 20 hours of footage, this might take 10 or 15 minutes. So I'll just let this kind of go and then we'll come back to it at the end. Alright, so about 15 minutes later, this thing says, whatever, we're done, press any key to continue. Just hit space. And we can open our MP4 and we've got 20 hours of footage. So hopefully this technique will help you guys. It's also nice if you wanted to do like a time lapse or something, but now you can review all the footage as fast or as slow as you want without having to click individual files. And I find that it really helps make these Wyze cams that much more useful and impactful than they already are.